To see me speak before? By a round of applause, who's seen me speak before? Okay, by a round of applause, who hasn't seen me speak before? No, well, you look happier. Okay, there's that. Okay, so this talk is about generating and responding to reviews. Now, this may seem like old hat, and what do you even need this for? This is the single biggest piece of user-generated content that will rank your website. If you have 2,000 reviews and your competitor has 4 reviews, you will almost always outrank them as long as your site is structured properly. And so I'm going to show you the importance of getting reviews, what to write in reviews, what not to write in reviews, most importantly, and why should you even listen to me? Like, who's this dude? I'm 50 years old. I've been programming since I was 8. I read 11 computer languages. I was the first person in the world certified on Google Analytics 4. And I've written several books on Google. That's why you should listen to me on this. This is what I do for a living. This is easy for me. I did something bad. This is my 16th year at DEMA, and I forgot handouts. I cannot believe that. I have free books at my booth. My books are going to be offered. This book is going to be offered for free all week. So if you want a handout, just go to Amazon and get my book. It'll be free all week. I can't believe I forgot the handouts, so I'm just going to offer free books. If you have questions about what we're talking about today, because we're going to go to 20,000 foot view. If you want to really dig into the weeds, come by my booth, 442. I have coffee, and around beer time, there will be beer there too. So the first thing we're going to talk about is your audience. Who is your audience when you're getting reviews and when you're asking for reviews? Where do you get reviews? Like, what channel do you get them on? Does anyone know that Apple has ratings now? It's not really a review platform. It's a thumbs up, thumbs down thing. You can add a picture, but Apple is becoming a big deal. We're going to talk about that. Did you have a question, Roberta?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll have a comment when you get to Apple, though.
Okay, good. We will go through, definitely go through that. We're going to talk about how to diagnose your online reputation. If you don't diagnose this properly, then you won't know if you suck or if you're good. So you definitely need to find out where your weak spots are. And we're also going to talk about responding to negative reviews. Everybody has a customer that they just can't keep happy. I've been in business 15 years. Every review that I have is 5 stars. Everybody, though, has a customer you can't keep happy. How do you respond to the negative reviews? How do you do that? We're also going to talk about motivating your employees to get more reviews. You can't sit there at the front office all the time and get the reviews. You need help. And so we're going to talk about getting other people to help you. That is the end of the agenda. Any questions before we get started? Comments? Okay, awesome. So rarely do I have slides with this much text on here. I've said that a couple times today. Please read this. This is ridiculous. That this is an example of a review. My fat husband ate the bloomin' onion in the car and lied. I'm sorry, and I don't know how to delete reviews. That's hilarious. I mean, what do you even do with this, right? I would put that on the front page of my website, actually. That's so fun. Okay. So where to get reviews? Well, this is like literally where you would get them from Google, but let's talk about other engines. Now, we have an international crowd here, so I'm going to ask you where you get your reputation. I'll go first. I get mine from Google. Typically, I go to Google Maps, and I will try and cross-check with Yelp or some other source. Anyone else have any other method of checking for reviews? Nobody reads reviews? Amazon? TripAdvisor? Yeah, TripAdvisor. Yep. Definitely. Yelp? Yelp, I mean for North America, Yelp for sure. Yelp is becoming super important. I hate Yelp. I feel like I have to shower every time I deal with them, but it's becoming really important. Anyone else have any other, where does anyone else get reviews? Anyone else? Reddit, okay. Reddit is a place for reviews. You never know what you're going to get there. Reddit is kind of like S. It's a bit of a cesspool, but you just got to know you're in the cesspool, right? As long as you know. Okay, so this is one place to give reviews, and let me tell you how to do it. You take this QR code. People are real savvy with these QR codes now. Well, I did that, didn't I? You take that QR code, and you put it on a sign. You get a tabletop sign, you put it on a sign right by your register. Were we friendly today? Man, that's super easy. If you're a jerk and you've had a bad experience, just put the sign down so that that person doesn't have the opportunity to click on it. I mean, you're not gonna wanna ask everyone for reviews. Some people come in a bad mood, you don't control that. So this is a great way to get reviews on Google. And you can get this right here. Go to your Google business listing, just type in your business name, go right here, ask for reviews. And when you do that, this QR code will pop up. Does everybody see how easy that is? I did that again, dude. This is my first time with a clicker, apparently, I don't even know. So use this QR code, and the QR code people will use it. Now, let's look at the pizza. Everybody here eats pizza? There's a slice of pizza that is gonna use this code. There's 9 slices of pizza that aren't gonna use this code. You're just trying to make it easy for that one slice of people. Have they had a good experience with you? Were you friendly? Here's one of my favorites, We've done this for doctors. We've worked with plastic surgeons and stuff. What they'll do is they'll hire a cleaning crew to not only clean at night, but clean in the day. And the sign will say on checkout, was our waiting room clean? They only did it for a month, and they got like 10 reviews saying how awesome their waiting room was. And so now they have a reputation online for having a clean waiting room. They did it for a month. So you can manipulate these reviews yourself, but this is the easiest way to do it right here, manipulate the messages and stuff. Okay, let's talk about Yelp and why is Yelp important. The internet is changing. Anybody who says they are an AI expert has about a 10-day lifespan on that tag. Because in 10 days, everything's gonna change, okay? Yelp is becoming very ingrained with Apple and Bing. Many of you have been in my classes for years and you know I don't get into detail like this. Follow me, just follow me here. Apple was paying Google $1 billion a year. They said, you know what? Big middle finger, we're gonna create our own map, and they did. But they don't have any reviews on the map. Yelp has reviews. They have a contract with Yelp. Big middle finger, Google, we're gonna pay Yelp. Yelp come in and get their reviews. Yelp's probably gonna have a 2 to 3 year contract with them until Apple builds up their reviews, and then they'll push Yelp aside. Bing is doing the exact same thing. Bing is ChatGPT. Bing and ChatGPT are aligned. Think about this. If you're a Bing, you're a Bing engineer. Are you salivating right now? Oh my God, we've got ChatGPT. Google doesn't have this. You're just eating it up, right? And so Bing is also creating their own map. Bing has also kicked Google to the curb. They're not even syncing with Google. If you go through the Google, Bing Webmaster Tools, in the past it wanted to sync with Google. They don't even do that anymore. They're siloing themselves off. They're cutting themselves off for Google. They're using Yelp for their reviews on their map listing until they get enough reviews for ChatGPT. If you're not using Yelp, and you've heard me in the past say, yeah, Yelp, everything's changed. You need to use Yelp because Yelp is powering reviews on Apple and is powering reviews on Bing. Bing is ChatGPT. If you want to have a good reputation on ChatGPT, you have to have a good reputation on Yelp. I know that was like a really convoluted. Does everyone understand that? Any questions on that? The enemy of my enemy, right? Nobody wants to pay Google $1 billion, so they said, screw it, we'll go with Yelp. So when you leave reviews on Yelp, they're gonna be hyper-local, and they can only be done with a Yelp person. Yelp filters reviews. See how this person has 0 friends? They've written 2 reviews. This review will likely be filtered. That's the reason that Apple and Bing like Yelp, because it filters out the BS. See this one right here, 96 friends, 15 reviews. This is a verified reviewer. They're probably gonna leave this review up, unless they mention someone by name or call someone a bad word, they're gonna leave this review up. So know that when you get reviews on Yelp, a percentage of your reviews are gonna disappear. You don't control it. You can't pay them, you can't do anything to get the review back, it's just gone. So, Yelp and Google are super important, but a little pitfall with Yelp there. So, let's talk about Apple Maps. Who in here has an iPhone? iPhone. Very good. Okay. Apple, again, has created their own map, and Apple Maps has this rating system here. See this? My fingers, my thumbs got bigger overnight. Apple has this rating system right here. See that? It's literally a thumbs up, thumbs down. You cannot put any words in, and it's a picture. Why would you not do that for all of your clients? 50% of your clients are gonna have an iPhone. What I would do is I would have a little tabletop stand. If you thought we were friendly today, QR code Google. If you thought we were friendly today, QR code Apple. You can do 2 QR codes on the same page if you want. Sometimes people have a hard time with that. I like to do them separate, but that's how you would do that, is you would use the Apple QR code to start getting Apple reviews. Guys, you don't know this right now. You're in a gold rush. You didn't even know you're running, did you? You had no idea. You're in a gold rush right now. The gold rush is the first to get linked with AI. The first person that's going to link their entire ecosystem with AI is going to be shown on Gemini and ChatGPT and AI overviews, all this sort of stuff. You're going to get more traffic from it. This right here, linking with Apple, if you have an iPhone, you don't know this yet, your iPhone is about to give you a white screen and it's about to say sign up for Perplexity or get lost. If you don't have a Perplexity account, go ahead and get one. It's coming. You don't have to believe me, go research it. It's happened in Australia and India, Malaysia. Apple's rolling it out. You're gonna wake up one day to a white screen of death, sign in Perplexity or else. You can't use your text, you can't use your phone. Apple is really trying to get into this ecosystem more than they have. So you need to get on Apple Maps. Need. If you don't have your business on Apple Maps, it is a pain in the ass. It feels like they're kicking you in the butt. It's such a pain. It is the biggest pain of anything I've ever set up, and I've been doing this 15 years. Just do it. You only have to do it once. Just do it. It's coming, guys. Your iPhone is about to decouple from Google. It's not going to have Google Maps anymore. It's going to have Perplexity. So get a Perplexity account and get your Apple Map listing. Bing Places. This is what we were talking about with Bing. We're about to open it up for questions. I do see a couple of questions. So this is, you probably don't even know what this looks like. It kind of looks like Google. You see right here the store ID, Google? They've done away with that now. Bing is literally decoupled from Google. If you are not on Bing, if you don't have a Bing Maps listing, go get one. If you have not integrated your site with Bing Webmaster Tools, that's kind of outside of the reviews, go integrate with Bing Webmaster Tools because that's ChatGPT. So you want to integrate with ChatGPT. Anyone in here not want to integrate with AI? Is there anyone in here that doesn't want to integrate with ChatGPT? Exactly. Just go do it. Bing Maps, Apple Maps, Yelp Maps. You have to do it because they're decoupling from Google. Well, you don't have to, but you'll lose the gold rush. You're in a rush right now. You don't know it. If you're there first, you will get more gold. If you're there second, you'll get a large share of gold. And then after that, it's less. Get there first. This is your business. Any questions on that? Did I scare you all or did I put you to sleep? No questions on that? Easy? Okay, very good. Let's talk about how to diagnose your online reputation. If you get this wrong, you won't even know where to go. The thing you gotta do is type in your name, address, and phone number. And you copy, paste. Copy, paste. Anyone in here need help with copy, paste? I can help you. Copy, paste. Here's the reason why. Did you know that your website has a slash at the end of it? Or it might say .html or .index. That is not the same website as whatever.com. If you leave that slash off, you are doing yourself a disservice. And so, I don't have internet access, do I here? What's gonna jump out? Tell you what, I'm not gonna do that because we had some issues and I'm running a little bit late in this presentation. Typically what I do, and you can do this if you want, see this phone number right here, 512-590-5957? Put that phone number in your phone with dashes. That's my phone number. And then put that phone number in with periods like they do in Europe. We're talking to computers. We're not talking, you and me, we'll look through that. We'll be like, yeah, 512-590-5957, whatever. A computer sees a period as a stopping point. It is gonna stop. It's a dash is a continuance. 512 dash is a different number from 512 dot. And if you don't believe me, look it up. You'll see it, I promise. This phone number right here, there's like 2,000 references. 512.590.597, there's like 2. It's the same phone number. The only difference is the punctuation. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Otherwise, you're not gonna be looking for the right thing. You'll be looking for the dashes and you might have periods. This is my address. Copy, paste your address. When you paste your address into a search engine, you want to go to the bottom. Don't just stop at page 1, kids. You're looking for your online reputation. How do you know that someone didn't have a ritualistic satanic killing at your place of business 10 years ago and it's somewhere in the news and that's totally screwing you? How do you know? This is your business. Don't be lazy. I get so frustrated. they'll call me and they'll be like, yeah, man, I went to the first page. Really? It's your business and you couldn't go to page 6? It's your address. There's not going to be that many entries. Probably 3 pages. Go to all of them. And the satanic ritual, I say that because we did find a dive shop that had there was a satanic ritual there, and it was investigated for a child killing. And that was before they purchased the shop. And they were having issues. So, okay. Yeah, things you don't even think about, right? So, name, address, phone number. Name, address, phone number. Copy, paste, kids. Your website is also super important. Copy, paste. Did you know if you have HTTPS : now here's where we're getting. If you have www.scuba.com, did you know that's different than just scuba.com? Did you know that? Most people don't. Just copy paste, guys. Just copy paste, okay? Well, this is just kind of a screenshot of showing you what to expect whenever you do search for your name, address, phone number. This would be Microsoft up here. This is Google Play. Dude, unbelievable. This is Google Places over here. There we are. And any questions on anything we've talked about? Name, address, phone number, getting reviews, Apple, Yelp, Bing. Yes, sir.
How do you get your Apple QR code?
How do you get the Apple QR code? You would go to Share. So if you want to start an Apple Maps listing and you want to get your Apple QR code, you go to Share and it'll have a link and a QR code there. Okay. This is 2 weeks ago. Try that. Any other questions on Apple Maps, Bing Maps? Who in here has Apple Maps already? Oh, you're ahead of the game. If you don't have Apple Maps, just go get it. You're not behind yet, but as soon as Apple rips that Band-Aid, everyone's going to go get an Apple Maps listing. And they said it's going to happen in this country before December 31st. So just go get one. Yes?
So I created my Apple Maps account like 2 years ago when you told me to redeem it. But just recently, probably within the last couple of months, I've started getting emails from Apple going, here are your results for this month. And it's just started happening like the last several months.
You're right. So, gentleman brought up a good point. Apple decoupling from Google. This is something we've also noticed. Apple's sending out their own reports now. Apple's never sent out reports on Google Map or on the map. And now they're sending out reports like, here's your views, here's how many ratings you got. They're decoupling, they're moving forward. So again, it is going to become an important property. It is not yet. It's not important right now. It's going to become important before the end of the year. They've already announced it. Great question or comment. Any other questions, comments?
As the international listing, they won't allow you to have it, yet they send me invitations to get onto Apple Maps, but I can't access my Apple Maps. And I've called them up, and they're like, oh no, we're not offering that yet. I'm like, then why are you sending me emails? You have my business on the map. They must have gotten it off of Google, but I can't access it.
So we can help you with that. So Apple customer service is, if they're not the worst, they're the second worst. They're terrible. They don't care. They really don't care, and they don't know their procedures. My employee, Haley Findley, is probably one of the top 10 premier Apple Maps experts in the world. She has to figure it out herself. She has to go read everything because Apple Maps won't help her. And so it's me and her reading this, and I go, okay, Haley, can you do this? I mean, it's terrible. They don't even help at all. So Apple Maps is what it is. I mean, they're coming, right? They're trying. They're developing, but you need to get on there. Who here has a Yelp listing? Go revisit your Yelp listing. Let's talk about how Yelp ranks it. Yelp ranks your listing based on the amount of fields you have filled out. Sorry, not forms, fields you have filled out. Yelp has about 60 fields in there. If you fill out all 60, you get 2 thumbs up. If you fill out 59, you get a 2 thumbs up minus 1. 58, 2 thumbs up minus 2. And they take points off for every field you haven't filled in. One of the fields is last great book you read. Who cares? Fill it in. Just fill in Who Moved My Cheese or Dina's Greatest Hits. Fill in a book there, okay? Fill in everything on Yelp because that seems to be a really important thing with ranking. Bing. Let's talk about Bing real quick. Bing listing is really easy to create. It's Bing Maps. I think it's maps.bing.com. And again, it's linked with ChatGPT. Do your best to not sync it with Google because when you sync it with Google and they're decoupling, there's problems right now because they are decoupling. There's still the sync with Google thing there, but it just spins and spins and spins and spins. Don't sync with Google. Okay, so we've covered the maps. Now let's talk about how to respond to negative reviews. Again, you're always gonna get a bad customer. You're always gonna get someone who's in a bad mood. Their wife yelled at them that day, and then they backed into the driveway and they hit the garbage can. They're pissed off. There's nothing that you can do to make their day better. They just happen to roll into your store, man. You do not want to give legs to this review. If you respond to this review and you put keywords in the review, thank you for coming into our scuba dive shop and asking about our open water class. We are Patty, no. You will be ranked for scuba dive shop, Patty, and open water diver class. You've just created user-generated content with your keywords on it. So here, I know everyone always looks at me like deer in headlights when I go this. There was a projectile there, I promise it didn't go anywhere. This next thing we're going to talk about is responding in second person. You remember you went through English class, you talked about first person, right, as I. You talked about third person, that's she and he. Second person. What is second person? Second person is the pronoun of they and it. Now, keep in mind, they've already read the review. Can we all agree that they've already read your review?
Yeah.
Right? The person who's reading your review reading that review is also going to read your response. They know what the review was about. They know the review was about an open water class because this guy wrote a dissertation on it. A page long, he's pissed off. Don't put any more keywords in there. Thank you for coming into our shop. We appreciate that you didn't have a very good experience. We always strive to make it better. Please come back and we will try and make it better for you. There's no keywords in there, but yet the next person that comes in goes, oh, well, these guys, they're okay, they're not jerks. If you respond with keywords, you will be ranked. I see this all the people ask, they pay me to fix it for them. People pay me to fix the keywords in the reviews because it gets ranked so well. Just don't, okay? The last time I charged someone $6,000 to get that review pulled down. So just don't put keywords in your reviews, it's bad. Whenever someone writes a review and you want to respond, there's a 5-step process. I invented this. Is the review true? Guys, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. You're business owners, right? No one's going to lie to yourself here. You have to be honest. Well, I did screw that up, actually. She wanted a 1-hour tank, and I gave her she wanted a 2-hour tank, I gave her a 1-hour tank, and it was half full. Damn. Whatever. You got to own it. If you screwed up, own it and move forward. Everybody makes mistakes. So ask yourself, is the review true? If yes, what did you do to rectify? Well, moving forward, I'm going to have someone check the tanks, or I bought a scale. We're going to weigh every tank now, or whatever. How did you rectify it? So own it. Yes, we did give the customer, made a mistake, error. In the future, we're going to, okay? Anyone have any problems or questions with this? Good, this is really easy, right? It sucks owning it. It's like looking at a zit on your own face going, I hate that, but you got to own your zits, man. So this is my favorite part, though. This is where you get to push back a little bit. If you think this is a competitor, I'm going to tell you how to respond very politely so that people reading it in the future will go, oh, no, come on. So here's how you do it. We are a small business, and we are familiar with all of our customers that come into our business. I don't recognize this name or this customer. Maybe this is for the wrong business. Everybody reading that is going to be like, oh, this is misplaced here. They're not even, because you're reading going, we don't even know who the hell this is. So that casts doubt on your competitor. And also, if it is your competitor, you've kind of called them out a little bit, right? So here's a little tip. Here's how you can tell if it's a competitor. A lot of times they'll use one word, one little industry lingo word that customers don't use. You'd be like, that's a dive pro. That guy owns a shop, I know, because he just used the underwater world or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So look for industry lingo. Now here's the next thing you got to do. So it's true, you screwed up. It's not a competitor. Well, if it happened today, how would you do this differently? This is, again, no keywords, right? This is the part where people get in trouble because they use keywords. They try and describe the process of how they would do it differently. You're describing the experience. In the future, we will, whatever experience-wise, you're not using keywords like tanks or open water diver or scuba. even. No keywords. But how would it be done differently? Any questions on what we've talked about?
If you're responding to a positive review, are keywords good? Or
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
If you're responding to a positive review, what you do is you go in and you keyword stuff. Google will allow you to put in 3 keywords before it's stuffing. You can say, we did open water diver, advanced diver, and cave diving with giant squid. You can say all of those things and it would be fine. But if you then add a 4th one on, it's too much. So if it's a positive review, absolutely bomb that with, thank you for coming to our open water diver class at our scuba dive shop. Yes, great question. Any other questions? Good, so let's talk about motivating your employees to get more reviews. You don't have time for this. We've done this successfully all over the world. It is highly effective. It doesn't always work. 90% of the time it does. And here's what it sounds like. You are all my employees now. So, okay, I'll just do it. I'll just jump into role play because I'm a boss. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Who wants $500 cash? I got $500 cash right here. And this $500 cash, one cash gift, is going to the person that gets the most reviews this month. You are supposed to ask your customers for reviews, and you have to ask it in this way. If you thought we did a good job, please write us a review. If you thought we need help, please put that in the review too. You will always get a good review because you don't ask that of someone you had a bad experience with, right? Can we agree on that? You're not asking, if the person came in pissed off, you're not gonna ask that person for a review, right? So again, I'll say it again, it's really easy and people sometimes have a hard time explaining this to their employees. $500, kids. There's only one person gonna get $500. Who's getting the most reviews this month? I want to give this to someone. What you're gonna do is you're gonna foster competition. You're going to improve your online reputation. When we do this with businesses, it is not uncommon for them to get 30 to 50 reviews in a month. And you do not, here's another part, you do not do it 2 months in a row because someone's gonna sandbag. He knows he doesn't have as many reviews as me, so he's like, hey man, hey, just do it next month, man. Just wait a couple days, dude. So you don't do it every single month. You make them wait a little bit. And maybe you do it every other month. But that $500 or $300, whatever, I do 500 because everyone's gonna be motivated for that. That $500 gift is gonna make you 100 times that much money online with your good reviews. So, any questions about how to get reviews from your employees? That's one way. Yes, ma'am.
Will they allow the same person, like, could I go on and give multiple reviews about multiple, like I did an open water club, it was great. Now I did an advanced, that was great. Or can I just only get to give one review
let
on
me,
the same engine?
Let me make sure we're on the same page. We may be miscommunicating. And what she asked was, could I go and leave multiple reviews, one for open water diver, one for rescue diver, so forth.
Or a trip or whatever.
You wouldn't be leaving the review. You would ask your employee or ask your customers.
Okay, but as a customer,
Yes.
could a customer leave multiple reviews over on our website or on our whatever engine?
No.
Okay, so they can leave one review.
One review on Google, one review on Apple, one review on Yelp,
That's
one review on Bing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so I guess that's another thing I should point out. Typically I don't have to point this out, but the world is changing. You are also going to want to have an avenue for people to leave a review on Apple and an avenue for people to leave a review on Google. Make it easy for them. If you don't have reviews on Yelp, yeah, try and get some reviews on Yelp, maybe 15 or 20 reviews. But after that, cut it off and focus on Apple and Bing and Google. Apple, Bing, and Google are going to decouple from Yelp too in a couple years when they get enough reviews. So, yes, sir.
I think you can leave another review after 3 months on Yelp.
Really?
One, and then after 3 months goes by, you can do another review on the same place.
That is news to me. I'll definitely have to check that out. That's interesting. So, gentleman said that you can leave multiple reviews on Yelp, but they have to be separated by 3 months. Is that what you said? That's interesting. I've never heard that before. I'll definitely go look that up. That's really, wow, that's ripe for abuse there too. I can't believe they would do that. Okay, so there are other ways to get to motivate your employees to get more reviews. That is by far the best one. You do that $500 competition, you do it once, you're gonna get 50 reviews that month with all your employees. And it really works. Okay, any questions on any of that? No questions on motivating your employees to get reviews, responding to reviews. Anyone in here have a really negative review that they care to share that you want help with? Okay, very good. So, my name is Steve Husky. If you want more information from me, this is it right here. I am at booth 442. I got that booth so that I can answer all of your questions. I'm gonna be there all week. I have coffee, so stop by and have a cup of coffee if you want. You can also stop by and get a free book, because I do have free books there if you want one. And last but not least, so guys, if you're in this, then focus on me, because I'm literally doing right now what I've just told you to do. Just hear me, okay? I'm a pro, I do this for a living. If you thought this was a good presentation, please go leave a review for me here. This is the, we don't have the password slide on there. I'll get the password if you want. Leave me a review. This is how they invite me back. If you thought I sucked, if you thought I need help, and this was the worst presentation you've ever seen at DEMA, put that in there too. And that's how you ask for a review. If I thought this was a bad class, I definitely wouldn't ask for that. You guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. I'll get the password. I don't know why this is. There it is, password. And it'll be the same password for all classes. Yes, sir.
Let's say you threw out that contest, you have 10 people that work for you.
Yeah.
How do you know which person's responsible for that review?
Oh,
How
well,
do you narrow that down?
Jeremy is gonna come tell you, hey, that's my review. No, that's my review right there. Hands off, that was my customer, I got it. And that's why you give such a big, if you're doing $20, they're not gonna care. That's why you do $300, $400, $500, because they will compete at that point. And it's, now Jeremy hears that, and Jeremy's gonna go, and yeah, that's how it is. That is your question? Cool, good. Yes, sir.
But still, how do you know who got the review? I didn't get that part.
Oh, okay, so the gentleman asked, how would you know who got the review? Well, so if there's $500 reward up, that person's gonna claim the review. Roberta's gonna be like, no, that's my review. You go get your own review. That's why you offer them not $20 or a Starbucks gift card. That's why you offer them a sum of money so that there's a competition that builds. I have done this where I offered a $100 Amazon gift card, crickets, bombed. Yes.
So in the scuba diving industry, I find a lot of bad reviews are associated, unfortunately, with diver ability and experience. So the diver writes in the review, they go, oh, the current was really strong, and so I was struggling, and so that's kind of something you can't control. Like, you advertise it as like an advanced dive and everything. So how would you respond to a review like that? Because obviously that's not in the company's control. You try and find a site appropriate, but.
So how would you respond to a review where the person didn't have a very good experience and it wasn't her fault? The person's a bad diver or a rookie diver, and maybe pulled his mask off 30 feet underwater, whatever. He left a bad review about this. So it's kind of touchy, right?
Yeah. You
would always talk about how you try to influence the customer experience. We went out of our way to make sure you would have a good experience. No keywords, right? Make sure you have a good customer experience. Diving is athletic sport. Maybe you don't use diving. This is an athletic sport, and it's not for everybody. Things like that, right? Sometimes people will get disoriented, or you would use. Do you see how I'm kind of being very vague, and you don't want to use keywords into that? If you come by my booth, I could give you something more concrete. But right now, I'm just kind of brainstorming and throwing it out. But you want to be super vague with it and talk about how you really try hard to make this a good customer experience. I can't help that you can't touch your right foot in a dark room. Right. Did I answer your question?
Sort of, it's a vague because, right?
Oh, it's really vague.
You can't blame them, but they are kind of at fault. You can't write a bad review based on something.
Well, you also have to hope that when people are reading the reviews, they're savvy enough to understand, oh, well, it looks like they tried to match everything here, so this must be a new diver. You know what I mean? It's also something you're looking for.
There's also reviews, I think. When I read reviews, you almost go, well, that's stupid. You just blank out certain reviews.
Most people do, but some people just look at the ratings at the top, right? Bad reviews.
I'm happy to help if you come by my booth. Just come by, and that's what I'm here for. Yes, ma'am.
So that's incentivizing your employees.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you can't say to your customers, hey, give us a good review and we'll give you $5 off.
Right,
I know you can't do that. Can you say, give us a review, we'll put your name in a drawing for $100 credit. Is there any way to incentivize
Not people.
customers?
Now, I will say this, Google does it, it's really crazy.
I know, that's
I
what
can
I'm
get into
thinking.
Google headquarters, I have a badge, I can get into Google headquarters and everything. Google does this. Google will say, they'll have a booth at a trade show, and they'll have a QR code. Leave us a review and we'll give you a Google t-shirt. And I call them out on it, I'm like, if I did this, you would ban my website, but
Right,
you're
right,
doing it.
right.
What the hell is this? Yeah, it's
So you can't make it, so you can't even say, you know, you get a chance to win. I mean, I'm not saying apples to apples, you
And
can't even throw it in for a
That is the
chance.
reason I said you incent your employees, because if you incent people, then you'll get pulled offline.
Okay.
It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. People get caught like that all the time. You want to incent your employees, again, it keeps the morale in the company, right? And it keeps, whoever wins, that's gonna be a big day. Make a big show out of it.
Well, we only have
100,
4 employees, and it's my
200,
family, so
300.
we're already
Even better.
incentivized.
Even better, the level of competition in the family businesses, it gets pretty cutthroat. Yeah, when we start calling aunts and uncles and nieces, guys, I've done this all over the world, trust me, I see this. Yeah.
I don't know if it's allowed, but like when our divers go out and we're at the table, right? And we're asking, can you please leave a review? We go, our boss will buy us a beer if you leave a good review like of them. I don't know if that's allowed, but that definitely works. Cause they're coming up, they're like, that's my review from my guest or whatever, and then just buys them a beer.
It's a gray area, I think you get away with that.
Okay.
You didn't offer them anything, your boss.
No,
didn't
yeah,
do something.
yeah.
I think you'd get away with that.
Yeah.
So what she had said was, is it okay to ask or tell a person like, hey, if you give me a review, my boss is gonna buy me a beer? Yeah, I think that would be okay because you're not incenting him.
It's
think
like
so.
It's like the guest giving you a tip, but
Yeah.
not actually because the boss of the company is buying it.
Like I'm going through the policy in my head, and I don't
Yeah.
think there's anything in there.
Okay. I'll listen up.
There was another question over here. Yes, sir.
I had a question.
I'm sorry.
Something I've done before to manage like good versus bad reviews is like an end of course email that says you had a good experience, click this, takes you to the review. If you didn't, then I click this other button and it brings them to like direct contact. I was just wondering what you think of that. Like,
I love that idea. So, what the gentleman said is he will send out a completion email at the end of the class, and it'll say, did you like it? Click here. Did you not like it? Click here. If you liked it, it goes to the map listing, right? I'm assuming.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, it goes to a personal form where he can make improvements. I love that. Sometimes people are going to want to write you a dissertation online, right? They're going to want, you can't control that. But that QR code gives you the opportunity to improvement. I find that the phrasing for that QR code is help us improve.
Yeah.
Click here. And I love that technique. That's a great technique. Thank you for bringing that up.
sometimes you're opening a door to somebody. When you get in the review, that you're opening a door to somebody.
Yep. And again, if that person walked in a bad mood, don't ask that person for a review, kids. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Yes, ma'am.
So, weird situation. There was this individual who was an instructor in our shop, and he got into some legal law issues, so we fired him, doesn't work anymore. But he will periodically comment terrible things about our shop that are not true. He will call out instructors and say horrible things about them, just because we fired him from the shop and he's not happy about that. We report them to Google, and they eventually get taken down, but I mean, that's not an immediate thing. So people come to the site and see that he said these horrible things
Right.
about instructors that he's named by name. Is that something we should respond to?
Yes.
Because
100%.
going-
You respond and you call that dude out. This guy's a disgruntled employee, period. I wouldn't even say anything else.
Okay. I
This
know-
was written by a disgruntled employee,
Okay.
for real.
Yeah, he does it like every couple months.
So, I'm not in a position to offer legal advice. I will say that people are getting sued for hundreds of millions of dollars. An individual lost $100 million in France because he did this. He wrote, I think it was 26 negative reviews about one business. Do the math, that's a lot of money per review. So, you can take legal action. It'd probably be best for this forum if you come by the booth so that we could talk about it. It's also easy to get those pulled down. It's super easy to get them pulled down. It's super easy to get it banned. You just have to kind of do it right, and you have to do it in the right way. It sounds like you've already got the process started.
Yeah, we've marked them as, conflict of interest or previously worked here, I can't remember what the thing is when you try to remove it, there's a couple options.
If it was my business, I would send a cease and desist and just watch him sweat.
So
Yeah, I was about to say, that's harassment, and if you're in the PD, then, you know, I would definitely make friends with one of those buddies, and, my best friend's a cop. If someone was harassing me, I would send Matt over there, Matt, go find out what this guy wants. Okay, I'll show up in uniform. Yeah. A couple of the cease and desist, that might actually work. But, you know, come by the booth and we could definitely talk about it a little bit more. Any other questions on reviews? Does anyone have a negative review that you care, like this person did, and they would like to get some advice on? Anyone? If you do, come by the booth. I have free books, and again, because I blew the handouts, my books are going to be free for the week. I just go get the books for free. So I'm sorry I didn't have a handout. My books will be free. And thank you very much again, and I'll see you in my next session. Thank you. All right. How'd that go?